Hello and welcome to Gen Y Footy episode 21. Not sure, missed 4 weeks of footy. It is great to be back in the country though.
It's fantastic to be back, and we got through customs all good, no issues there.
Well, there was a sniffer dog around us, but we
yeah,
did
he
get
was
through
only a
in the
little
end.
puppy though. He would just give him a little pat and off he went.
And here's our little puppy, Nick Dalsano. Thanks for coming in, mate. And we didn't think you were going to turn up tonight, but you have.
No, thanks for having me back, boys. I've missed you along with a lot of our viewers and our tweeters, which we've been getting a lot of correspondence on.
Yeah.
Boys, I know you have been away. There's been a few questions. Where did you actually go and who did you meet?
London. We were in London. We were working.
Can you prove that?
We can prove it, Frankie. You've got plenty of
Frank?
photos in your
Yes,
photo
let's
album.
open up the photo album, which we forgot to bring in, but no, we did. We were working over there, so it wasn't all fun. But we saw your mate, Glenn Wharf.
Yep.
The badminton player, who he
very
did pretty
well.
bad, actually.
Very well.
How far did he go down?
Didn't win a set out of his 3-round robin games, but he had a bloody good time.
He would have.
He got a little participation trophy though, he showed us. But we did see some of the athletes. We saw Paddy Mills here, of course.
Well,
I'm
did,
not much
Frankie.
of a basketballer, Dan, but you tell me he plays in the NBA or something.
Has
He does.
He's got his top open there as well.
He does. Now, those basketballers can party. And the only person I wanted to get a photo with was Paddy Mills. I went home 5 minutes earlier, and 5 minutes later, Frankie gets a photo with him. So
Yeah.
I was spewing about that.
So there's Paddy. Not sure who he is, but good on him anyway.
NBA superstar, Frankie.
Of course, this is us at
Yes.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
Mum
Day
was
one?
pretty happy with that.
That was
went
day
there.
one.
That was day one.
Yeah.
So we did fun things, we did mature things, and of course, we met the princes.
Yeah.
You met the princes.
You don't believe us, yeah.
Harry and
William.
Will.
We went to the last lap with the princes. So
Yeah.
we got a booth with them. We
How
went
did
out
they
for the
go on
night.
the drink? Were they similar to the basketballers?
We didn't go out with them, mate.
Okay.
But
No,
Frankie,
this is-
you got a video.
This is as close as we got to them, and here they are. They're talking to us right there. That's them speaking to them. I think he said something about Nick Dalsano or something. He kept going, but
Yep.
that was them, and that was a moment that I'll never forget. Dean didn't forget it either, did you?
I know, I love Prince
still
Harry.
remembers it?
Yeah, I love Prince Harry. I do remember it, but I do remember this, Frankie.
Dean thinks that Prince Harry's his friend because back in the old MySpace days, there was a MySpace profile of Prince Harry, and Dean used to send inbox messages, and he used to get replies, and he actually thinks that it was Harry, but it wasn't.
He did. He winked at me when he walked through, and that vision. No, but one thing that I did get to do, I had a medal around my neck, Dale. Have a look at this bronze
Yes.
medal. We went out, and the water polo girls had just finished that night. We were out having a drink with our water
That's
polo.
nice. And
friends.
who's that in particular?
She was the reserve goalkeeper.
What's
She
her
didn't even
name?
play.
What's her name?
I couldn't tell you her name, to be honest.
That's Victoria
No,
Brown.
that's Claudia.
That's Victoria Brown, and we thought, hey, how good's this? It's the goalkeeper who nearly lost it for us. We thought, we'll get her on Gen Y. A few drinks later, we said, so do you want to come on the show? And
Added her on Twitter.
And explain to us what happened. And then she goes,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not actually the goalkeeper that was playing in this campaign, but next time she might be playing in it.
No wonder she spoke to us.
Yeah.
More
But she was
importantly,
nice.
mate, what did we miss? Because we haven't seen any
Well,
footy.
we've been away for 4 weeks and a lot's obviously happened. I think the biggest thing that's happened is North Melbourne. They've
Yeah.
won 9 out of their last 10 games. They're guaranteed finals, and they've been on fire.
They have been on fire, mate. But when we got into the country, there's one thing that we didn't miss, and it was this: Carlton beating us.
Yes,
How
what a
good
way
was
to
it?
come back to the country. What a reception. It was fantastic.
96 points.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start.
So you've
See
jumped
the
back
Blue
on
Boys.
board?
Oh.
Well, we never jumped off.
We'll win the flag, I reckon.
Okay, because
The
I remember
Blue
when
Boys.
we left, there was a few questions being asked by you boys, and that was one of the reasons why you got out of the country.
Would have been Frankie. Wouldn't have been me.
That was fantastic. But we bought you a present, Del.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and we
Thank you.
thought you'd like this. This is Wenlock, and he's your little mascot that you can take home to Jules
guys.
and put between the two of you if you're having bad
awfully
nights.
nice.
When you're on your interstate trips, mate, Jules can cuddle up to that.
Yeah,
Okay. No dramas. Thanks, guys.
We need that back.
Okay.
that's the prop.
And Matty White's going to join us very soon on this show. But Frankie, you had something on Ross Lyon that you wanted to ask Dale just before we...
Well, I did. Of course, Del, Rossi Lyon, your old coach, has been in the news this week. He's having a bit to say. Him and Damien Hardwick are bantering with each other. But more importantly, the Ross Lyon Google Car City type thing going on. Have you ever experienced this one-on-one? The man with the googly eyes looking at you.
Luckily, not one-on-one. Ross was a coach at St Kilda for about 5 years, so I did experience a lot of things.
Yep.
Luckily, that was not one of them on a one-on-one basis because it is a little bit different.
What is happening
He wouldn't
there?
mind me saying that as well.
What is that? Is that normal?
It's unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rossi's he's an unusual guy.
What's unusual is your relationship with Ross Lyon. There's still a bit of friction
Does he
there.
tend to do that while walking the Ross Lyon walk at the same time?
The sachet?
Yeah.
No, you can't do two things at once like that.
Fair enough.
Plenty more Gen Y footy still to come. The Speedster from Richmond, Matty White's up next. Welcome back to Gen Y Footy. Well, Australia's answer to Usain Bolt has stepped into the building. It's very exciting.
Yes.
Matty White, thank you for joining us, mate.
Thanks for having me, boys. A bit,
You ever caught that one before?
no, blushing. I'm a bit shocked. I'm throwing me back on that one.
He's a quick man. You're a quick man, Whitey. Now, Richmond, there was a bit of hype about them leading into the finals. Were they going to make it? They weren't, were they? What happened, mate? You just sort of fell off a little bit.
Yeah, it came into a 3-week block with losses for less than a goal over the whole three games, and just sort of put us in a bit of a hole, and we just couldn't quite get out of it, unfortunately. Don't start talking about Carlton.
Frankie was just tapped me on the hand, so that means we're going back to him. Is
We've
that
got
right?
another thing. Yes, but you did say...
You used to tap me on the leg, and now you tap me on the hand.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, it's a bit hard now.
Don't start talking, Dale.
But you did say, Dean, that this is Australia's answer to Usain Bolt.
Yep.
And we saw some of that in perfect form on the weekend. This was Matty White at his best, kicking goals, running from the half-back flank, taking a few bounces. And you nominated for goal of the week, was it? I'm not sure, but it was a brilliant goal, mate.
I've got no idea.
Had a little bit of a celebrate too, but you're so quick. And I'm going to get to another thing about your bloody fitness level too, but you move on, and I've got something to tell everybody.
But it was a nice goal, mate. Now,
Thank you.
what's going on with you, mate? Because you're the type of player in this day and age, you've got the speed, you've got everything. Have you had injuries this year, or you started out in the ones and then you sort of...
Unfortunately, no injuries today. Just couldn't get a game. So they were playing other guys in front of me, and I guess in a way was lucky to be down at VFL and playing good footy, and I've been able to come in, get suspended, and come straight back in again and have some good form, which is a bit of a rarity sometimes.
Because I reckon majority of the AFL clubs would be looking at you because your pace and you can run. That's what you need in this footy. So what's going on with Richmond? Damien, what's going on with not playing this bloke here?
It's all up to him. I'll just do what I do, and if that goal gets me at another club or it keeps me around at Richmond, I won't say no.
While we're on Hardwick, how was he after the Suns game? When he looks like a hard man.
I'm glad I wasn't up there. I was suspended the week before, I missed 3, and the boys were saying on the way back it was a bit of a death plane, and nobody would speak to anyone, and he... I'm not sure if he went off or if he was just very quiet. Nobody said a word about it when we got back, so to see what happens.
But you mentioned your suspension, and you were in the side when Richmond were coming into some good form, and you did something silly. You did a couple of silly things that day. This one got you rubbed out for a few weeks, and you found yourself back in the side, though. That was good. What was happening there? A bit of a brain fade, Whitey.
I was actually just protecting my nether regions going in for the ball, and just accidentally turned and hit someone in the head, and eventually hit someone in the stomach earlier on as well. Just things you can almost get away with, but you can't quite anymore with all the cameras floating around.
And you copped 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks, which was up to the match review panel. Can't say much.
But there wasn't much in it.
Trouble.
There wasn't much in it.
They've said that there was other reasonings behind it, knocking Frawley into the path of Rewalt, and all this other stuff.
They look into it way too much, don't they?
Can't get away with much anymore these days, boys. What I do like about you is you're a Quarter Cannons boy, and our man Franklin was a Quarter Cannons boy as well, or attempted Quarter Cannons boy. I'd like a little bit of feedback on the junior Franklin here.
Yeah, he was
soft.
He was a very hard player. He was one of those really good young players. He was hard at the ball
because they had no talent.
Because they had no talent. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate. Actually, 9 minutes 26. This man runs a 3K time trial in. Never have I seen a human run quicker, other than Usain. And there was one day that I was that buggered that I had to get Whitey to take this other bloke who was a freak, and I had to get off the ground. That's why I didn't quite progress as these guys did.
That happens.
Not because you were soft or anything like that.
I had asthma, and I always have a ventilator on standby.
Oh, right.
Was that we're talking about the 3K an hour, or in a game where I lapped you? Or?
You lapped me in a 3K, yep, and I just said, "See you, mate. Keep going."
Now, Matty, we are in Olympic mode a little bit. Now, your background is athletics, is that right?
Yeah, cross country and athletics.
Cross country. What was your specialty out on the track?
I started off with 3 and 5Ks.
Yep.
It took too long, so I cut it down and went with the 400 and the 100.
So what did you run 400 in?
Best ever with a 400 was a 50 flat.
Yeah.
That's not.
What are the qualifiers?
Just
What are the qualifiers?
I think the qualifiers now are around the 45 to 46.
Ooh, so you're not far off.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a long way off though.
It's a long way off. 4 seconds.
4 or 5 seconds is a very long time, and I ended up moving into the hundreds as well, just to see what would happen and hope for the best.
What was your 100 time?
I don't think I ever broke the 11, but I ran an 11 flat in 2008 on the grand final sprint on grass. So if that was on track, it would probably be a little bit quicker.
Which was leading to the next question. Will you be there in the sprint this year?
Depends. I've heard rumours that Usain might run it, and if he does, I wouldn't say no, but otherwise I think I might just hang up the spikes for now and just stick with the footy boots.
So Matty White head-to-head with Usain Bolt. That's massive. That's a huge exclusive on Gen Y Footy. So
Oh, geez, I put my foot in there.
And just a quick one. Tigers, similar to the St Kilda Footy Club this year, not going to play finals. What have you got planned for your 8 weeks off? It's a nice time of year where you can actually let your body recover.
Off to Hawaii for a little bit. That'll be nice. Take the girlfriend over there.
Anything happening there?
You married? I heard you're engaged.
Now, can I set this up, buddy? Because you have been with your lovely girlfriend for a very long time. You used to catch the bus with her from school.
Here we go.
And I reckon you two were together then. So I reckon it has to be a proposal because we said this last time and you said no, but you're going to Hawaii.
I've
proposed in Hawaii.
It's the place to do it.
I've actually been given instructions not to propose in Hawaii because it's too cliche.
Ooh,
so
that's about right. That was pretty cliche.
Typical.
It's pretty simple.
Heard all about it, so we're just like,
Now we do have to ask. He told us not to ask. He shouldn't speak about players' contracts. But how's that going? What's happening for 2013 for Matty White? Is that rude, though, to ask that question?
No, it's fine. Just depends how he takes it.
No, I'll take it. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I spoke with my manager probably 8 weeks ago now when I was playing in VFL and we played Collingwood, and I said to him, either get me a deal at Richmond or get me a deal anywhere as long as I'm playing footy.
Yeah.
But if you tell me about it before the end of the year, I'm going to slap you in the face.
Right. Okay.
So it's up in the air, and it's all balls in his court, and I'm just playing footy, which is a good thing.
Well, so Carlton will be happy to have you, mate. I'd love to see you in the Blues and any other team, but Richmond, they're silly if they get rid of you.
Well, mate, thank you for coming. You don't go empty-handed, Frankie. This is where you come into it. What's he going home with?
Same prizes you got last year. You get the Blundstone Lifestyle. We haven't done this for a while. What do they get?
Lifestyle
range.
Range.
The Blundstone Lifestyle Range boots, and of course you get the Muscle Mass Weight Gainer from our friends at Vital Strength, and of course you get the Level 7 clothing T-shirts. And thanks to our friends at footykids.com, you get the complete selection of ebooks and footy news there online. So, Matty, you can keep up to date with all that sort of thing too.
Very well done.
Much.
Is that all right?
That was good. Thanks for coming, mate.
No worries, thanks, boys.
Plenty more Gem White footy still to come. Dale's inbox up next. We'll see.
Hey guys, so you're gonna have protein after your workout, right? But hang on, you need the right protein to get the right results. Vital Strength Pro Muscle. It builds serious muscle, not just bulk. Vital Strength Hydroxy Ripped, getting you lean and ripped faster. Vital Strength Launch, the great tasting low carb whey protein. Are you getting the right results from your protein? Complete nutrition is vital. Always insist on Vital Strength.
Welcome back to Gem White Footy. Big thank you to Level 7, great supporters of the show, and we love their clothes on this show, don't we?
We do. This is a Puma jumper.
You can't say that, but this is a Level 7 shirt.
Absolutely is. And Matty White's gone. We thank him for coming in. He was so quick when he left that there was smoke left behind.
No, there
and
wasn't.
he was out the door already.
There wasn't.
He just wanted to get out of here really quickly.
There wasn't any smoke.
Now, Nicholas,
You've got a
Del
funny
Santo-
gag that you.
It's not a funny gag. This is serious.
Okay.
Now, let's have a look at some vision here. You had a superstar in the coach's box at the weekend. You had Eric Banner there.
Eric Banner was there.
Contributing. What's he want to be, an assistant coach someday?
He's a statistician.
He's not, is he?
No, he's not. I think he just wanted to sit in the box and see what was going on. It was great to have him there. He's a really good fella.
And does he come back and... I'm going to ignore that. Does he come out and talk to you guys at some point during the halftime break in the rooms?
No, he doesn't give us much advice in regards to footy. He actually
Is he friendly?
He's a lovely guy.
Okay.
In all honesty, he comes down to the footy club when he's in town, and he loves a chat, and he's a really good guy. And
Bit like Frankie.
Yeah, a little bit, just better, and a bit harder as well.
Thank you.
You got superstars out there, Shane Warne and Eric Banner. Back to your gag, sorry.
Yeah, it's not a gag.
Oh.
It's an exclusive,
Yes.
exclusive vision. We also noticed that there were a few 50-metre penalties given away. Of course, David Armitage, Jason Graham, Stevie Milne, Lenny Hayes all gave away 50-metre penalties during the game.
They sure did, yes.
That's a club record this year, isn't it?
Yeah, we're trying to win that record of giving away the most 50s. I think if there was an individual, I think Cozzy would probably have the most for nearly the AFL, giving away 50s.
The dumbest footballer too, because
No, he's not dumb. He just he just gives away 50s.
Okay, yep.
Thankfully, you're not playing football, hey? We had the exclusive vision sent in to us, Dean, of course, of Eric Banner after the 50-metre penalties he paid after the game.
Really?
He was not happy. Have a look at this. He was
very good,
Very good, Franklin.
I don't think we can go any further, but you know what happens after that.
That seems horrific.
But he wasn't happy, Eric Banner. So you might want to speak to the boys
Yeah,
about
I'll have
that.
a word to him about that.
Now, from one funny guy to the other, it's now time for Dale's Inbox.
Oh, I think people have forgotten that we've
got
been
mail.
up there for a little while, boys, because I've only got one. It is a good one.
Oh, they're
and,
slowly
I
realising it again.
do appreciate this. It's from Daniel, who tweeted me in. He's actually got some stats for me today. He says he's compared when you guys are here in town and when you're not. So when you are around, I've averaged 23 touches for the year and 0.5 goals per game. So a goal every 2 games.
So when you're doing the show regularly and we're around the country?
Yeah. When you're not here, which has been for about the last month, I actually averaged 28 touches a game and 1.3 goals.
That's damning, isn't it?
It is damning. He's even gone on to say, you were in town last week, you just landed, I think, that's why we didn't have a show, but you were actually physically in town on the weekend, and I had a pretty poor game. I had 20 possessions and 1 behind. He wants to know basically what's going on.
Who's behind did you have?
Taylor Hunt's behind, who gave me a little bit of a touch-up. But I had a beer with him on Saturday night, so he was all right. So what I've done, I've taken the proactiveness, I'll say, and spoken to my manager, and I'm sure the club will be happy with it. I'm not sure if I can continue the show. It is not helping my career, and it's not helping the footy club going forward. So I'm taking it upon myself. There will be no put your house on it this week, and we're not even going to bother with it because I don't know if I'll be here next week. Why is that funny?
I just think
we know you.
I think
you seriously.
what you're saying is a little bit unfair.
Well, I'm a footballer, and this is affecting my football.
So you're serious that you
I play more decent football when you're not here.
Really?
So you mightn't be here next week.
Might not be here. My management's happy with it. The club will definitely be happy with it.
Don't put your mental weakness as a footballer, your inconsistency on us.
It's not our fault.
It's not our fault that you haven't.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
What about all the other media appearances that you do when you're meant to be exclusive to this show?
Like what? What have I done?
Oh, the footy show and radio interviews and all the other
This
things.
is like
that
leading
you do.
teams again.
Hey,
We've already had
at
the feedback
front there.
sessions.
We weren't
No,
going to.
boys, I'm just
They
letting you
don't
know how it
affect the
is.
football.
The facts don't lie.
So when are you
Stats
going to
don't
tell
lie.
us if you're going to be here next week? When are we going to find out?
When I decide what I want to do next week.
So if you have a good game this weekend, you'll
I'll
be
definitely be back here.
I think that the stats are incorrect, and I think that when you'll find that the
How are the
20
stats incorrect?
well, the 20 disposals that you had while we're here,
Yeah,
they
on
might
the
have been
weekend.
good ones.
Well, they weren't.
And
I was there and they weren't
The
good
28 might have been no good.
Yeah, and you might
No,
find.
you need
I
to
was here for
delve
that
into
too,
that
and
a
they
little
were
bit
great
more.
possessions.
And Daniel can't add up for one. He doesn't know what he's on about. Well, we're going to ask these questions now. We weren't going to, but because you mightn't be here next week, Brendan Goddard.
Good fella.
There is rumours circling.
It's serious.
Rumours. Where's the light? The blow
We
torch?
don't have it.
There is rumours circling that he's gone.
Did you just think of that yourself? Because I think I've heard that the whole year.
What, that Goddard's gone?
Yeah.
No, but now it has been reported that he's going. The club's made a decision
More than
to get
ever
rid of
this
a
year.
star.
Really?
And Waters said at the start of the year,
Is
one
that
star.
Waters or Waters?
Waters, sorry,
Waters,
not
yeah.
the water. Water's what you turn on at the tap.
Yeah.
That one player has to go. And they've obviously chosen Goddard. Is this true?
I have no idea. But I was at the footy club today and he was still there. And he didn't,
Oh.
and he did not mention anything about going to GWS or whatever you're going to try and
No,
listen
that's
to.
Montagna.
Oh, you got another one.
That's the
Okay.
next one.
So if you just said if Goddard's going, that they're only trying to get rid of one. So who
Yeah,
was
but
it?
Goddard's going
Well,
for separate reasons.
but
Montagna's
what are
going
they?
because he's on the cusp.
Montagna's not a
As a-
star
as a-
anymore.
Joey's playing great football.
Well, apparently
isn't he?
not, because he's going because
These
of
last
where his
5 to
career's
6
at.
weeks have been exceptional. He's taken on a different role and he's executing every week.
Any rumours about you?
I'm sure there is heaps of rumours.
Hang on,
Off
Brendan
field, on
Goddard.
field, whatever you want.
Brendan Goddard, if he's going, what do you have to say to him? What do you say right
Goodbye,
now?
or-
You hear he's going. Because that's the rumours, and that it's almost done.
What would I say?
It was
to
actually
Brendan?
reported.
Can I have your car?
What's he got?
He's got a nice car.
Can
No,
I have
actually,
yours?
I actually have an Audi and that's a lovely car.
Can I have your Audi if you get his?
No, you can't. I'm going to keep my Audi.
Okay, well,
Lee
Lee
loves
Montagna.
his cars, Brendan.
Well, he
Lee
loves his
Montagna?
cars.
Mm.
I asked you about Lee Montagna.
He's gone. They're all gone.
Do you
What
listen
have
at
to
all?
say?
Well, I was at the footy club again this morning and
But
Joey
that's
was
now,
there.
at the end of the year. You might be playing with them next year. They'll be gone.
Exclusive
I
on
hope
Gen
not.
Y
I hope
Footy.
not.
Nick Dalcino has just confirmed that Brendan Goddard could be gone at the end of the year and he might get his car. And I'll get his Audi. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully we see you next week if you have a ripper game this weekend.
Let's hope so.
Can't make the finals. Hope you lose to Carlton in the last round.
We
'cause
can make the finals. We need an absolute miracle. And we're the Saints, so we are banking on
And you
that.
go marching in.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming along,
When
Frankie.
the Saints go marching in. Nick, this is seriously yours, mate. Take it home.
I do appreciate
There you
that.
go.
Good of you thinking
That's
about
Wenlock. That's the official mascot of the 2012 Olympic Games.
Very nice gesture, Frankie. We need to wrap this one up. We'll see you next week on Gen Y Footy. Well, we will. Not sure about this one.